Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here let's say it. We handles and we talk about briefly about mortgages. So we closed the old mortgages deal, and so we opened a new mortgage deals. Does this new mortgage deals these mortgages? Thus is housings and constructions, and then how to maintain the housings, and then how to, of course, different. You know, as our careers can tell, this is payroll to department and computerized accountings. So putting a new phase like this for a new chapter for mortgages, and then of course this is a mortgage deals, and those mortgages dealt, we started old mortgages from these books here, not these books but the first books which we sealed first. Okay, there is a first box there we sealed, I think 2022 or 2021 we sealed there, and then for which we started the other one here. Okay, so if you look here, these are mortgages, and then to the end there, there are mortgages informations, and this is a closed box now, it's a closed deal, and then the mortgage rate was from 200 100, 181. Some apartments, one bedroom, two bedrooms, 181, and then two bedrooms. Sometimes they are 200, sometimes they are 300, sometimes some of them brand new, newly built in 2000 in a year during the epidemic years. Some of those mortgages, two bedroom, three bedrooms, is like $600, $700, and and from there it was, if it's a townhouse, it was 200 up to 600,000. That is what we are looking at, and then the mortgage you hit higher, and then the inflation rate hit higher as we bent on with these genders. They come very high, and then they were from 600 up to 2 million now. We are at 2 millions right now. The deal is 2 million, 3 millions. That is what we are looking very much. And if you look back here on our ideas up here, the policies can tell you, does it say at least this one that we said apartments is 5 millions. That is what, because the bidding of those mortgages went to 3 million expenditures. We last sold this one to 2,800,000. That is, let's say that is 3 millions. Okay, so it's not easy, and then for which, and if you look here, these configurations here, we talk of this one as being a payroll departments, and then we know this one we have a lot of complaint from residential complaints. Those residents, they complained a lot to us, and then most of them, of course, they are telling us that this is the situations we are slaving them. And then as I work in payroll departments for CGS and CPS, is a big role there. Also, I'm playing a big role, and then in accounting and payroll departments. So if you are payrolls, and then these issues affect you, and then affect the communities, and then the communities, they are the one complaining, and then they are saying, yeah, if the rate was this one 300,000, that is the average. And then why shall the average now be different? Be at 2 millions, or be at 1 millions? If we talk of 300,000, the average, and then we know the maximum price is 600 to 700,000 only. And then if we beat the average is 2 millions or 1.8, and then as an average, and then we are looking at this one, that is 2 millions average, $2 million there maximums. the average. And then if now they become 3 millions, is facing the individuals. The individuals feel they suffer too much in these countries. If they come here 2004 like me, 2004, and then this is 2022. Imagine this is 18 years now consumed here in these countries. If we put recessions, that is roughly 30 years here consumed. Imagine. So looking at all these issues here is manipulating people's mind, and then people are thinking all differently. If I waste this much years and then I go back to my countries, okay, and then I bought the home here, leave it here, and then I bought the home very expensive, and then I'm gonna leave it here, and then for who? For that is like I did a development for these countries, you know. It's like I invest and then I leave it someone to inherit. If someone to inherit, and then the best priority is like this. So as working in a payroll department, our aim is, if we work and then we go to school to get hired, or to get that particular careers. If we get that particular career, and then our aim is to exchange those careers, if we can benefit other peoples, in particularly maybe by hiring employees for that particular companies, and then for which you pay people, compensate people. This is what we do. But if at the end, and then we look all around, and then we look all around, and then I self-employ myself as a payroll department, and then who here shall I pay else? Nobody else I should pay, because nobody offers service here, nobody run another service here, and then that's why my payroll capabilities may say it here, handle for me addition mortgages, and then of course we will handle mortgages. The more we handle mortgages, we write the address of that particular buildings, whatever the old buildings, we write the address, and then we write it down, because our aim as a mortgages, as a bank, this is the strong finance banks, we offer service to the resident, Canadian residents, and then that will be you. From that address we write, you will come to us, and then you will say it, what money do I have here that I can compensate you, and then I will look at the mortgage rates. This year your mortgage is 2 millions. I know this building, I can check it from my computers. System will track you, and then will track you, and will find your locations by Google Power, and then we will locate, and then we will say, yeah, that is you. What is your first name and last name, and what is your age, and which year did you come to Canada, or are you a Canadian citizens, indigenous, or which country do you come from? So you will tell us this is these countries and that countries. That's why, as we said, it's our career to do that mortgages, and it's our careers that hire us, not you who hire us, but it's our careers. As you know, they are for ladies and gentlemen. If you see there, we said this is a closed deal, and then this is a new chapters deal which we open up, is because it's a mortgages deals which we are handling particularly for who, for anyone who have that mortgages and who are interested in banking with us, who are banking with us. This is their banking amount which we write down here, and then this is their portfolios. Whatever their name is not on the systems, their address is there on the systems. They bought the homes, let them relax, okay? And then we give them a time to relax, and then at the end, if they want us, and then they will come to us, and then they will get paid out of this service which has been rendered here. If our offer is different from what these people sold to them, and then they state with the duration of that chapters, and then we know they will come back to us, and then for which we will give them is issued a priority code, and those priority code could be issued a reduction of this fee. If it's 3 million, sold 3 millions or more in the future, we don't know. The bidding continues. People are still rivaling because market price is expensive. Someone want to eat a lot of holy chickens, like I do, and then you want to eat a lot of holy chickens because you want to look a little bit also expensive and a little bit this much. Yeah, That is, and you want to add liquors there, adding a liquor and then eating without liquors and then eating with liquors make all differences, and that is all expenses going there, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that is make you a sense unless expense is necessities. Otherwise, for those areas we may say that is a configured area for the particular for that mortgages. And if we tackled the areas of these of this one here, this is the Sudan, okay, this is the Sudan, and then this is the Sudan which we attach to East African communities. Okay, you can see here this is the DRC, this is the Tanzania, this is Kenya, this is Uganda there. Okay, and that is the Sudan, of course, which we attach there, and then how we are working as FTY. Okay, our purpose and aims. And if we talk of this one here, we're gonna be talking about wine warehouse and the importance of wine warehouse. And these are all wine warehouse related issues and then related buildings. Okay, wine warehouse, and then who we are and then what we do. So this is areas that we will be handling here. So as Wine Warehouse, of course, we deal with the telecommunications, majorly electronics. Selling the telecommunications mean telephones, your mobile systems, and then your internet provider. We will be your internet provider, your mobile provider, and then we will be also your TV provider, and we will also take care of your home phone provisions. We'll provide that ourselves, and then for which, as we said, this is our career is payroll departments, and then we will take care of that by running reductions on your on all what has been paid here previously. If this is Canada standard has been scammed for many years. If we talk of those department of the telecommunications, such as mobile provisions, internet provisions, this one TV provisions, and then home phone provisions, that is majorly scammed by those telecommunications such as Bell, Rogers, you name it, Fidos, and those guys. They collected a lot of money from you guys, bragging all those monies, bring it. 5,000, bring it, edition, bring it, they take it all, and then they feed with their local people, which you did not even saw on TV, and did not even see, you did not know them. Okay, they drunk with it, they do a lot of nonsense with it, they kill people with it, they run with a lot of things with it. That is up to them. But you found, yeah, you send your son to USA, you send your son to Canada, they cannot even come and say hi to you there in your countries. In East Africa, which we saw you there, they cannot come and say so. They cannot go even back to Nigeria unless they are scammed like these people. If they know how to steal money from these systems, they know how to steal money. That's when they will come early. You will see they all come as young children, okay, as the kids. If they don't know how to steal, of course, that will be the already older people. It's not even easy. You will not even be interested with them because you are working hard there. They don't work really hard here. But what these people do is just only manipulate them and then take their money, using them as an opportunity to grab money, to milk money out of them. That's all they are doing in these countries. So it's no more taking nobody anywhere, and it's not feeding anybody, and it's not helping anybody. As an payroll departments, we see into it. We see into it very clearly that the best solution for you to be able to be FTY, groups to post your nonsense there, or to watch your nonsense there, or to waste your times there, and then you feel exhausted. So the best we do is this one: give you this product, such as internet we provide for you as Wine Warehouse, and then we give you $19 out of with as $19 less than $20. Okay, you buy it, like you buy this font. Like I bought this font, how much? $89. I bought it from stores, and then I go with it home up to now. Now I can play with it here. I can play for you anything with it, but it's still their mind. I put them in my pocket wherever I go. Nobody asks me for anything out of that. Okay, that is what we will do for your internet, for your phone, whatever you buy the SIM cards. You we know the SIM card you bought, how much minutes you want them over your SIM card per year. That is up to you. You buy them, and then you utilize them as you're utilizing YouTube's or any other social media systems, and then you stay with it, and then you use it as you go. Because they are font. This font can be activated once. Nobody will call you back to the store, come and reactivate. Nobody tell you that. We don't provide codes. We don't provide restrictions. We don't provide what they call this is promo code, this is access code, this is verifications. We don't do that. We don't follow your age. We don't follow your name. We don't follow your address. Okay, but if it comes to this one banking, as we said, this is mortgages. The difference is this is mortgages. Your mortgages address has been written here. We are a bank. This is different. This is a stores, wine warehouse stores which we are handling here. This is mortgages. This is this bank, which is this bank is a bank. Okay, we write your address, we write your age, we write your name, first name and last name, because the money come from your pocket. You give the money to us, and then we put the money under our tables. We protect them under our tables or under our electronics. This is the electronic which is there under the table, and then we put you the money there, and then you go home so that we can remember you, and then once you come and you want your money, you get it. You see, we protect your money, and we supply you the interest which really you need. So if we work like that, and then we know these countries, a lot of rebels, they use these countries very wrong. They spoil the image of these countries. Anybody who come from another countries as a good person, as a young child, and has the interest to stay long, their purpose in these countries is to just come and then mess the individuals, and then as if the individual is not a person they should be looking at. Of course, everybody has their interests, has their capabilities, and has their mandates. So therefore, as being the humans, and then you should not mistreat another humans, and then you should respect another humans like they need to be respected. If once they come to your countries or once you go to their countries, that's the least you should do. If they are not themselves, this is what they are doing, and then what is our priorities as grown up, our priorities as the people who provide examples, and then who know how to reform our decisions when it comes to conflict, when it comes to valuations, when it comes to any other problems that really can split a nation or an individuals, and then we should reform our decisions and then be who we could be. So other than getting ourselves driving a certain countries like this fake regions map of Juba Numule is occurring with Uganda. You see the guy is fake on the map. Can see there this is Khartoum. Shape is very falling out. And then the lady and then here they have to say, yeah, this you're a beautiful woman, and then to marry this guy. How can they get married to you? It's a silly thing. It's a silly thing. So the provision is like this. If you provide statements, you want a beautiful woman, the beautiful woman come from the areas that you want to isolate. That is isolations. It's made for isolations. Because these countries is a countries of rebellisms, and then they've been the rebel for many years. They are not really doing well. If we see here a business, we see another business, we have to reform to that business and then make it available for duration of generations to see and then to use, because it's spoiling already. If you look at the telecommunication, is a dead one. I don't have this phone, cannot ring. If it's ringing, around 41 people call here over this phone here, but it's bought at $90. It's not $1,000, it's not $3,000. If it's $3,000, this phone may ring, but may ring every month unless another dollars has been put here. A lot of dollars you have to put per month here to make it ringing. It's not good for hustlers. If and you are hustlers, you are really sweating, and those money you make out of your sweats, you are in the workplace, you can reasons. The guy cannot manipulate you, cannot fool you. You will run the same campaigns I'm running, and then that one will run the same campaigns they are supposed to run, to make sure that they are resolving, not really causing. So the manipulation of the telecommunication is a worst thing, is a worst game, is a dead game, because they are dead. And then once you go to them to ease these solutions with them, to have a negotiation, peace talks, they won't agree. They are totally rebel. They will chase you away, and then you better go, and then don't negotiate here. You see? And don't pay the money to them. They want the money as a backlogs, and then they are following what they call crime for crime. They want crime for crimes. That's when they will stand for you face to face. If it's a crime for crime, they will stand face to face. If it's a peace and over crime, they are crimeful, and then you are peaceful. You see yourself, you are peaceful, you are not peaceful. You are crimeful, they are peaceful. You see? This doesn't work. That's why we have to work hard and ensure we abolish such kind of issues and such kind of tensions growing. Because the guy wanna breach with me, and then let me not handle the stores anymore, and then I say fine, I will go Waine stores for that reasons. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, from these areas and to that areas there, of course, this is a, let's say this is a closed deal mortgages, and then this is open to deal, and then for which we have to ensure, yes, is helping the people. If this is the mortgage is sold 3 millions, and then we should see is different. Who is gonna hold these mortgages? If the individuals will be paid these 3 millions and then retain that mortgages, why not? Because this is a payroll department. It's all reasonings. Okay, and then either you chop the mortgages and sold it how much, and sold it 200,000 or 300,000, and then let the individual own their 3 millions or 2 millions there for that particular mortgage. Okay, because you cannot take all the money away from the persons. They suffer here a lot. They do not even take vacations, but they are on what? On ODSBs, OWs. They cannot even take vacations. They cannot do anything, and it is very hard. Even Quebec people complained yesterday. They said giving different a student visa has no employment records for blacks and has no employment records for immigrants. Of course, 100% no immigrants employed. So what can you do? If you are not employed, how will you force yourself to be employed? It's very hard unless you have your jobs, and then you know your side jobs, and then you know how you are handling the works. That is, it depends on how you are getting paid and how you are getting the work done, and then that is where you should stick, and that's where you should work till you get your promotions done and assembled. This is when your vocations may be arranged by yourself and by those people who pays also as well. You know, the criteria is quite major and quite unbalanced, you know, and very balanced with most departments and by most people at the same times. If you look at all these areas, and then it can configure, yeah, the other persons may be very dilemmaful because they work visas, and they claim work visas make them broke because they are working work visas. And the more you work visas, this is one way also this nation will consume to you, because you go to this office, they need your age. You go there, they need your age. Needing your age and that work visas, being here an immigrant, 18 years, plus you are 4 years or 3 years from that country to migrate here, make 21 years. You are already an old man. You are done, of course. How far will you be? So this is the situation. So work hard. Don't relate too much of a work visa. And then on the dream, someone told me, better apply for Trabino or ICC Canada to get your age lower if that's the situations, because you've been from another countries. Now if you that is 7 years old, migrated from that country to this country, imagine 7 years plus 18 years in these countries, that makes roughly 24 years. You are an old man. Yeah. So what will you do? You have to go where? To Trabino and then apply. If you apply to Trabinos, that is legal aid. You have to borrow the money from the governments. The governments, you will borrow the governments again for that particular age. And then that's the government who provide you the IDs, the student visas again. So you see the situations. Because this is one office to the other office, and you conflict here, you conflict here, you conflict here, is all money related issues. You are easing the situations, all these money related issues, because the guy is what is bidding. I want 1,000. You no 100. No, I want this one 20. No, this is 60. You see, things doesn't really work. The guy was a bidder, you are not really it. The guy is a bidder, you are not really it. The guy is a bidder. You see, that is manipulation, because here anger accumulates, and then here your age is killing you. This is your age. You cannot get. Okay, it's up to them. He's killing now the people. You see. That is how we want to resolve between these mortgages and between these issues which you are seeing here, which we assembled, so that we can look at it and then and reduce the entire systems, and then fix that generation, so that everybody who come here, they can breathe well, they can stay well, they can travel well, they can visit well, they can go to another home without getting them the door sucked over their face. You know, is looking very awkward and doesn't look fit and doesn't look reasonable. And if we talk of this Sudan East African Community, EAC, now we are doing a little bit improvements, and those improvements now goes very, very well. And we ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to work hand in hand with us, so that we can work more these regions which the guy just divide, the fake make divide. And then let's not see that small map as an original or an clever one. No, let's use the big map, and then so that we can recognize that Sudan as to the East African Community back, and then look on those mortgages that people are wasting. You're wasting 3 millions, and then Sudan is very rich. If Sudan is very rich, your mortgage was 300,000. So the money from 300,000, the rich guy is there in the office, did not write any pen, very hungry, because his land is taken over. They did not go to office to write anything, so that they hire another persons go as a representative for you people to lower any price down, and then to speak like a wise person so over TV. And if you see there, the benefits has come from Khartoum offered uh, 3 or more than 6 representatives to Uganda. As the Sudanese, they come and represent Sudan, and you can read from there how they're coping with the Ugandan over that issues, and then how the issue they resolve there give this an advance also for Ugandan to check on those refugees regions over the north. They check actually regions, and then actually translated that matters, and then they went to Obonyi, translated, they went to Juman, they translated, they went, of course. That is like building another relationship so that they can recognize those borders back to Sudan, you know. So that is one way is helping, and one way is easing the issues that arose there, and then so that we can manipulate the exact professionals, not to deal with the culprits who cut those maps and then make it very fake all along. So that is hindering and torturing every individuals to suffer the floods, to suffer the market pricings going up, and illegal things happening all along, because we are just monetizing all the rebels and all the culprits with the money, other than monetizing the really professionals that does the real works in the governments, or in an office, or in any other representations that is available or made for community standard, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is me, Waine Hassan, as it returns with this press conference, and with these issues that attach to mortgages, the closed deals and then the open deal. So the evidence all configured and all understand, I think, ladies and gentlemen.